Hi, everybody. This is Jim Cornette, pro wrestling legend, and you're listening to the Book in the Territory Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast.
This is the artist formerly known as Daryl Van Horn, James Mitchell, the Sinister Minister, and I'm here to let you know I would rather slam my cock in a car door than to miss the dulcet tones of Hard Body Harper, my illegitimate son, on Booking the Territory podcast.
Woo, Messi, this is professional wrestler Jimmy Valiant, the Boogie Woogie Man. Tell my people and my brothers and sisters, don't you dare miss Booking the Territory. Oh, yeah.
This is a one-man gang. You're listening to Booking the Territory Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome back, everyone, to this week's episode of Booking the Territory, the unprofessional wrestling podcast. For today, we're talking NWA Saturday Night on TBS from November the 26th, 1988. I'm sitting here with Doc and Hardbody Harper on another fun edition of this show. Doc, I'll throw it to you first. We got a lot going on in the world, but we're here to bring the positivity, like the new day, I guess. How are you doing?
All things considered, doing well. Hope that everybody out there is taking the proper precautions, the proper safety, taking care of each other. It's important. This is real. That this is no time to go panic in the streets, but we want to take things seriously. But we also want to take a moment here and talk about some classic wrestling. I mean, y'all didn't think that a global pandemic was going to halt production of the show.
Yeah.
I mean,
BTT is here to stay, not here to play. Right?
That's right. We're like the rock and roll chasing rats in the 80s. I mean, we can't be stopped. We're insatiable.
That's nice.
I'm having a cold Stella Artois right now. I'm feeling good.
No White Claw?
No, Harper doesn't even know about that, does he? I had some White Claws. I had some White Claws.
Which one's your favorite?
Man, I'm telling you, the watermelon and the mango are pretty darn delicious. I'm not going to lie to you.
This jackass, he's over there getting white girl wasted.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, but they're not, I mean, they're not fruity and sweet like a wine cooler. Have you had them, Harper?
No.
It's not like super sugary. It's 5% alcohol. I
just drink a Mike's Hard Lemonade.
But that's too sweet. It's all sugary and stuff. Anyway, we probably, we were a big part of the last Jim Cornette experience, and so I think we're going to have a lot of new people over here. So let us just reset for the new folks. Your host over there is the menace, the hardest working brother in wrestling, Mike Mills. I am the smartest man in wrestling, Doc. And over to the sexiest and the biggest superstar in the business, Hardbody Harper. Hardbody, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, sir.
Oh, I bet.
We got to start sounding professional now?
No, not at all. We just want to make sure that we welcome in the new folks and just keep the old folks happy as well, our old regulars. How would you qualify? I mean, how's the rat scene in New Orleans right now?
I mean, where you gonna get them at? The bars are closed.
Did they? Okay, so in a place where bars don't close, bars
are closed now.
Wow. Okay.
New Orleans is shut down for business.
Well, that's how you know things have gotten serious, I'll tell you.
Yeah, for real, huh?
Pretty much.
They shut down Miss Mays. Miss Mays didn't even close during Katrina.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's nuts. Unprecedented. All right, so we don't want to bring the mood down. We know you're here for some classic wrestling, so I want to take care of a couple of things. So first, special shout out to our largest page contributors monthly, Disrespectfully, Classy, Marky, Blassie, Kyle Riley, Mike Childry, and Joe Ice. Thank you very much for your generous support each and every month. Our super duper Hall of Famers. And then, like Doc just mentioned, I want to shout out Jim Cornette and Brian Last from the Jim Cornette Experience. Jim Cornette gave us a huge shout out on their episode that dropped on March the 13th, 2020. So I want to thank Jimmy for mentioning the show and putting more ears on us and what we've been doing here for nearly 5 years. If you're a new listener, thank you for giving BTT, the Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast, a chance, because we are certainly unprofessional. It's not politically correct. The jokes are terrible. Sometimes they're good. But we got Harper, and no other podcast does. So we're over here living a dream, brother, and we want to thank you for your support. Also, a couple of new Patreon shout-outs. New Patreon member Travis, new Patreon member Charles Franklin, new Patreon member Nate Johnson, who he said he found us from the Jim Cornette Experience, so thank you, Nate. And then Cleve, who's been a Patreon member, bumped up his pledge, and he is now a Hall of Famer. Doc, I am going to present Harper this meme that you and I discussed via text message last week. How does that sound?
Man, you talk about a classic. If Hardbody Harper had a Rat Bangers Hall of Fame or a Skullduggery Hall of Fame, this particular fellow would go straight up on in there.
So, Harper, you may have seen this in the Facebook group, the BTT Facebook group, which if you're easily offended, don't go join it. Jim Venzke, longtime BTT Patreon member, he posted a meme, and the meme it says, when the nightclub is about to close and you haven't scored yet, and it's an artistic drawing of a man in a wooden boat, a small wooden boat, with a harpoon, and he's about to throw it at this big old fat woman flopping out of the water.
I saw that. What an asshole.
Jim is awesome. Jim is actually a Navy man and a retired member from the military. So, Jim, thank you very much for your service. And then Kevin Carter, BTT Hall of Fame Patreon member, he responded. And Harper, we wanted to get your take on his ambulance story that he had for us. So Kevin said, ambulance story time. Kevin's a paramedic, great guy. He says, I work in a college town, and a few years ago, I got a call to off-campus housing due to a young man having a seizure. Okay, Harper, remember, this young man is having a seizure. He says, we arrive on the scene, and we are met at the door by a large woman who leads us to the kitchen where a thin young man is on the floor flopping like a fish out of water. Kevin says they do a quick assessment, and the patient appears to be fine, but he's unresponsive. As soon as they load him on the ambulance, close the doors, and start out of the apartment complex, the seizure stops. The guy sits up, and he tells the paramedics and Kevin, thank you for saving him from hooking up with this large chick. So he had picked up this woman at closing time at a bar, and he decided she was just too much for him, so he faked a seizure to get a call and to get the paramedics to come get him out the house.
Why just fucking leave?
Say that again, Harper.
Why don't you just leave?
Is that what you would do?
Yeah.
Doc, you got any follow-up questions for Harper?
Harper, have you ever been in that situation where, you were at the bar and you got a little desperate and you were like, oh, yeah, I'm still going to drag something out of here. And then you get back to her place and you're like, man, this is one big wildebeest. I don't think I can go through with this.
I don't think so.
Really?
Not that bad.
So if you cross the threshold of her door, you're crossing the threshold of other things.
I mean, once you step in there, it's over. You got to knock it out.
That's a wrestler's mentality, isn't it?
I mean,
uh-oh. You're going to do the job no matter what, right? Might want to pick up that.
Now, don't get me wrong. I swear, I'd be like, okay. See, I have like a reserve gas tank that like kicks in and keeps me from fucking doing shit when I'm really fucked up. And I'm in a car and it just hits me because she's like, follow me to my place. I was like, okay.
And then you go
and
home.
I'm going down the street. Yeah, I'm like, I was like, man, just go home, bro. Fuck this bitch. And then she goes and I just turn fucking right and go home. Fuck you. The fuck.
Damn.
It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it.
God. All right.
Go home.
I don't know. I don't know what this. I mean, I don't know who's more genius. Just, I mean, the guy who has to call a paramedic, or Harper, who's smart enough to just go, you know what?
Yeah, fuck it, bruh.
Nah, bruh.
It's just not worth the headache, because you see, it's not just boom, 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 and then you gotta sleep, because you know, fuck, you're gonna fall asleep there, and then you're gonna wake up the next day and deal with them and have these a fucking dumb conversation. Then you're gonna lie to them. Yeah, I'm gonna call you, and so it's not worth it. It's almost like when you go to do the fucking timeshare thing, where you like want a trip to fucking Colorado, and it's a free timeshare thing, and you're sitting there watching some fucking asshole trying to get you to do timeshare. It's like, and that's when it kicks in. Was it worth fucking coming here to hear this asshole talk about getting his timeshare in fucking Pensacola, Florida, or some shit? Fuck this.
It's never been worth it. Now, Mike, we have a lot of new listeners here. Would you want to tell them how they could become a more serious supporter, what we call the BTT Army, or maybe even a patron of this show?
Yeah, just go to tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. And if you want to hear more Harper rants, there's a ton of them there on various topics. tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT is how you can become a patron. You get access to our world-class shows, Clash of the Champions, Jim Crockett Promotions pay-per-views, lots of stuff. Lots of extra content is available there. Also, if you're not on our BTT YouTube channel, you might want to go there, because recently I put together a playlist of life lessons with Harper. So I think I've posted like 7 different videos there of the different segments where we've done life lessons with Hardbody Harper. Like when Harper goes off on AEW, or Harper went off on various other things, the Chernobyl vodka, all kind of stuff. Go to our YouTube channel. Just search Booking the Territory, the Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast on YouTube, and I believe it comes up. I can't remember the tiny URL at this moment. So there you go. All right, guys, we need to get into this episode because we're 40 minutes into this, and we had a little trouble getting started tonight. So let's get this thing started. We are talking Saturday Night on TBS from November 26, 1988, and this show opens up with Sting, and he's in a ring battling the Road Warriors, and there's tons of other crap going on taking place, and then we cut straight from that action to the studio, where Tony Schiavone runs down everyone who will be here. He mentions Dusty will be here today. And we also get another Starrcade update and an update on the U.S. Tag Title Tournament. So more to come shortly on that. I'm going to assume, Doc, you have nothing from that. So, Harper, do you have anything from the opening? All right. So let's keep rolling as we get into this episode.
Wait a minute. Yeah. So I just want to say something here, because a lot of this episode is not great, but this episode is going to get a high rating. You know why? Because this is, I mean, for those of you who are new into the show, this is the one. I mean, we've been talking about this one for a while, and if you've been here with us, this is the one we've been waiting for. Am I wrong? Let me get this beer open real quick. He's
drinking White Claw, y'all. Don't let him fool you.
No. I'm really not. Although I'm telling you, I got no problem with that anymore. I made jokes about Karen and Becky, but you know, if that shows up and it's all you got, I'm perfectly okay with that. Sure. So this is the episode that we've been like, when is that coming? That's got to be soon. That's got to be. This is it. And man, is this something? So anyway, here comes Ebony and Ivory out to the ring. We got Eddie Gilbert and Ron Simmons.
Let me ask Harper a question. Harper, based on what happens in this episode, would you say this is like one of the most memorable ones from this time period?
Dude, this is one of the most memorable fucking wrestling moments of my childhood.
Right.
That too, yeah.
Is this, I mean, this may be the most iconic moment of Saturday Night Wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot to say when we get to it at the end. Let me.
I didn't say best because Arn Anderson and Ric Flair and Ronnie Garvin have done a lot on Saturday Night to make me think best. But we're going to chop this one up, so let's keep going.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? The one thing you can tell it's been purchased from this match because they're trying to be like WWE.
Inset.
Yeah, with the little fucking picture-in-picture, and they keep trying to go, and it seemed like every 30 seconds almost they were showing some little kid in the fucking crowd during this match.
Lots of kid shots, and I also have another one in a minute of some other than kids. But I think it's safe to say that the promotion has changed hands, and they may not have been happy with what they saw in the episode. But there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harper, I was going to make that note. Oh, go ahead, Doc. I was going to make that same note Harper said. Go ahead.
So is this the match where they say it's going to be Simmons and Eddie Gilbert against the Fantastics for the U.S. straps?
Yeah. That's what the little promo is about.
Yeah.
So
let me tell people what the match is.
Floor is yours, Jack.
Well, no, I was going to say, so it's Eddie Gilbert and Ron Simmons. They're tagging against Bob Emery and Trent Knight. And yes, Eddie and Ron give an update during the match. And Eddie mentions, and I've said this a few weeks ago, Eddie mentions in the inset promo, the picture-in-picture, that the NWA Board of Directors have declared that the Sheepherders cheated. And thus, Eddie and Ron have been awarded the match to the winners of the match that they had with the Sheepherders a while back. So it's going to be Eddie and Ron Simmons versus the Fantastics for the U.S. tag titles at the next Clash of the Champions. So, and remember, the only reason they reversed the decision is because the Sheepherders have left at this point. They're in WWF. So that's at the next Clash. You were about to say something about babyface. So go ahead, Doc.
Well, it's babyface for the titles, and I guess that's our good inclination that the Sheepherders have vacated the territory.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We're going to discuss that match we're talking about here with Gilbert and Simmons versus the Fantastics. That's on the next Clash, which is coming up in a few weeks. Clash 4. Seasons Beatings, I believe it is. So we'll discuss that on the Clash. You can get that at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. You can actually get all of the Clashes there. So there's that. Harper, any other thoughts on this match before we keep going?
No.
Doc, you?
No, not really. Wait,
all right.
What's your timestamp? Because these first couple of matches are pretty long. I need 9. Let me look at my timestamp here. Unprofessional. About 9 minutes in. So we'll go. Yeah.
I'm at 8:50 right now.
Yeah, look at the bored fat mom in the front crowd. The kids are cheering, I think, and she's like, "Man, if I don't bag one of these wrestlers, this is going to be a bust."
I don't see what you're talking about.
All right, hold on.
Okay.
They got to celebrate. See?
Her. Yeah, she's like, what the fuck?
See that one right there? You pointed to her with your mouth. She's got her head resting on her. She's like, oh, man, this is some bullshit. I can't get
me to this nonsense.
Don't they know this shit's fake? I mean, I don't... I don't want to spoil it for these little shits, but I mean, last year it was Santa Claus. Why can't I tell them? That's a great question. At what age do you tell your kid wrestling ain't real?
I mean, you don't.
You don't. They figure it out.
That's the right. Because there could be the hokiest of the hokiest going on, and mine will just sit there and go, "That was pretty awesome," and I'm like, "Sure was."
Yeah.
We figured that stuff out early, though, right, Harper?
Yeah, I used to wonder how the guys get punched in the face and there's no black eyes or busted lips or anything.
My dad used to say that all the time. This is some phony shit. You going to just stand there and let them hit you in the face?
Right. You're right. Yeah, I'd be like, shut up.
Stop making sense. Stop making sense for the first time in your life.
Dude, my uncle that I used to go by to watch this stuff, my Uncle Joe, man, he to this day thinks it's real. He's like, that hurts. All that stuff's real. I'm like, okay, Uncle Joe.
Is he a special person?
No,
Wait,
no.
what?
He just.
Well, it does run in your family.
Oh, wow. Mike Retardo.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Okay, we're going to get to that shortly. Harper's making a funny right now, but Rick Steiner what we hear later on this episode, the entire crowd would have been canceled by cancel culture. Good God. Okay, so the next match is Nikita Koloff. He defeats Terry Jones. Ivan Koloff's on commentary. Ivan, go ahead.
Terry Jones looks like Buddy Landell after a crack binge.
Why would you insult Buddy like that?
That looked like a little Kevin Durant in the crowd. Go back.
That's nice. Why? Because he's black?
No, he did, for real. I didn't look at the green shirt. He does too.
You might as well just. Why don't you go ahead and make a racist statement and say all black folks look alike? Because that's what you just did.
No. Everybody.
Yeah.
White people smell like puppy dogs. But Harper's right. They're wearing the kids in the crowd out.
They are wearing them out.
Yeah.
They're wearing them out like a Catholic priest would.
Oh, come on. See, Mike?
This is a religious and politics free zone.
Look, a girl.
I saw that.
That's why
they keep showing these kids.
That's why none of the kids get molested. There's no politicians or religious figures around.
Oh, my God.
See?
Oh, he slapped him in the face. He didn't like it either.
No, he don't like that. And then he throws
Nikita slapped him in the face. He don't like it. Now, he ain't gonna do much about it. That was a little nice move there. Anyway.
All right. So Nikita defeated him. Any other thoughts, Doc?
Shoutout.
Ivan doesn't mention anything when he's cutting that promo during the match. All he says is Nikita is going to beat Paul Jones and the Russian Assassins. Well, don't hold your breath, and that's all I'll say about that part. From there, we go to an update with Tony Schiavone. Tony mentions the first Bunkhouse Stampede will be held at Starrcade. So literally what they did after the Starrcade main event, for people who don't know, they held the Bunkhouse Stampede. So after Flair and Luger, there was another match. You'll see what we talk about when we review Starrcade. They don't air it on Starrcade on the video that we have here, but Flair's cutting his promo at the end of Starrcade, and you can literally hear them announcing the Bunkhouse Stampede. We also hear that the Midnight versus Midnight Express will happen. Ivan and Nikita are supposed to take on the Russian Assassins. Don't hold your breath on that because one of them is not going to be there. If the Russian Assassins lose, they'll have to unmask and Paul Jones will have to retire. And maybe we'll see a match with Rotunda versus Rick Steiner for the NWA TV title. And, of course, we got Flair versus Luger for the world title. More on that as we go through the next month as we lead up to Starrcade, which is December 26th of 1988. Doc, any thoughts from Schiavone's update here?
Well, it's the first definitive piece of the card we've heard, so that's good. I'm really interested. I am interested in Luger and Sting. I'm also interested in Midnights, and I'm interested in what could happen between Rotunda and Rick Steiner because they have done a wonderful job of roping me in with that whole angle. So, I mean, it's 1988 Starrcade. It ain't like I got to see it in 1988. What about 2020?
Agreed.
I know I've seen Starrcade at some point. 88 Starrcade at some point, but it's probably only once, and it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I mean, we certainly didn't see it live. That's for damn sure.
Oh,
I hate that fucking name, True Grit. It's like,
I said that last week. I said, man,
Jesus.
what kind of... Man, that movie was from 1969.
Bro, that's
right.
like, I love the Schwarzenegger fucking movies, but, I mean, what are you going to have a pay-per-view called, Predator?
It's exactly what we talked about last week without you, man.
Commando.
You've got the WWE trying to be cutting edge and topical and on Saturday night's main event and all these different things. And you're over here talking about old dusty old fart westerns. Get the hell out of here.
And what Harper, you wasn't here. What made Doc hot about it was John Wayne, and Doc cut a promo on John Wayne.
Well, yeah.
He was an icon.
Of what?
That's to shoot us.
Yeah, you know there's some John Wayne fans that listen to us, so I hope we don't upset them. But Doc, because of Daddy Doc's love for John Wayne, hates John Wayne.
A friend of mine, Randy, down the street, his dad was such a John Wayne mark. He had all the the figurines and like the fucking True Grit, pictures on the wall in his office and all that kind of shit. He was his Hulk Hogan.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. All right. It's called True Grit. It's Starcade 88. Any other thoughts, Doc, about the card they've been out so far?
No, I'm on board, man.
There's some good stuff in it. Let's just leave it at that. I mean, it ain't Starcade 85 or 86.
But for everything that gets said about 88 here, and Corny has even said, it was a mess behind the scenes, and some of the airtightness has been debunked. Then this is week to week to week on Saturday night has been far better than I expected when we entered this year. So closing it out with a hot card with some hot angles doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, the thing is with this, it's like a bottle rocket, and then it's gonna blow up.
But does it? Because next year we got Flair and Steamboat, and Flair and Funk, and when
that's all we got in '89.
That is it, dog. This is like WCW in like 2000. You got Goldberg, and that's it.
I mean, Doc makes it
shit being recycled over and over again.
He's got a point. Like, you do get Flair and Steamboat, but I still will hold by the fact that there's some stuff out there that we will be able to laugh and have fun with. And that's what man. But there ain't much for Flair and Steamboat and Funk, and boy, I don't know how much else I remember from '89.
Dude, I remember bad PM News, the fucking Patriot, the fireman, and the soldier guy.
That's a little later, Hopper, I think.
Is it? And the rock star guy, Van Hammer.
No, okay, so I'm bad with years, but I think that's beyond '89.
I agree.
Yeah, don't message me. I understand people. I know what Harper's. I know what you're. See, you know what you're doing, Harper, and I've done this before. The bad shit, you lump it all together, and then you don't remember the exact time. All you remember is the bad stuff, and you're like, "Oh, remember this? It was bad. Oh, that was bad," and then you start lumping it all together. I know exactly what you mean, like Ranger Ross.
Was so much shit. See, but I can deal with Ranger Ross, but they had the fucking lunatic, the big like special person,
Norman the lunatic.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
Well, here's the
impact, dog. Jesus.
Well, I get that, but here's the thing, man. We're all learning to live in this new world we're in. We're gonna have to learn next year in '89 to. We like it better when the wrestling's hot. We're going to have to learn to give that up a little bit.
The fuck?
Just saying.
There's some stuff we're going to have fun with, and I'll leave it at that as we keep going.
I know.
That guy's a shitty job of a wrestler.
Sure.
This guy here. He has to be in a tag team with the Road Warriors fucking beat up, because they're both wearing the same shitty fucking turd show fucking wrestling gear.
His name is Brian Adams. He's a new jobber. Enhancement talent. And my note was, this guy's a mess.
Yeah, this guy needs to go back to the summer of fucking '69 and fucking stay
there. He gonna make me piss on myself tonight.
So that was a good one. This guy makes Keith Steinborn look like a Luthez. So
And Lex Luger and Sting defeat Bryan Adams and Jerry Price in that match that Doc is talking about. Doc, any other thoughts on Luger and Sting right there?
not really. I don't like them together, but I mean, what can I do? We don't have Harper and I are social distancing, so we can't get in the Boogie Mobile and go back to Boogie Mobile time machine and go back in time and fix this. So we're gonna have to live with it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to live with it. Harper, any other thoughts before I go to the promo?
No, it's promo shit.
Well,
Yeah,
I thought Luger was Luger was all right.
He's this promo is not as good as the ones he's been shooting lately. I don't know,
Fair
because
enough.
he had Sting with him, and Sting's fucking half stupid with
Okay,
same old Sting shit.
hold on. Let me play Sting because I popped, and I'll mute it after.
Wait a
Sting.
minute. There was a point in there where Luger said, "We're going to be in North," and I thought he said North Corona, and I thought maybe he was being clairvoyant.
Hold on. Let's it's not
Corona.
Here it is.
I've been there.
Before Starcade, usually people are uptight, but these two guys, they're having a good time. A real good time. He stands right.
I'm tight. I think it's looking pretty tight, if you know what I'm talking about. You know what, these Road Warriors, these dudes are messing with me. These dudes tried to break my neck. Right. Yeah, they tried to break my neck, but you know why you didn't?
Your boy
You know why you
got-
didn't, Animal? You know why you didn't, Huck? Because I'm me. That's why. You know what you guys are doing? You know what they're doing to people like you? Lex Luger, me, and Dusty Rhodes, and especially everybody out there? You know what they're doing? I can't say what they're doing, but that's what they're doing to all the people. I don't do that to the people, and the total package does neither, and neither does Dusty Rhodes. Woo! Greensboro's tonight, and I'm just getting that view over there in the camera of tightness, and look at tight right there too.
Oh, that's right.
You know, David Crockett, tonight, Greensboro, North Carolina. You know, Road Warriors, we've had a few matches now, me and Sting with you, and you know what? You know what happened? You didn't kick our butts. Look, you tell me you're gonna. A matter of fact, we've gotten the upper hand. And in Greensboro, North Carolina, the hotbed of NWA professional wrestling for many years, they're gonna see firsthand what the Stinger and the Total Package can do as a tag team. And that's wreak havoc in the world of professional wrestling, and especially with the big, bad Road Warriors. Another thing, David, I know you want to speak to me about one other thing. It's a major, major announcement. I'm always there for Stinger. Stinger's always there for me. We never stand in each other's way.
And you know I am.
And Starcade is the biggest show every year in the sport of professional wrestling. And I have got a match with a man who's come out here for 2 months, has ignored who's been rated as the number one contender in our sport, and that's the Total Package Lex Luger to that World Heavyweight title. Nature Boy, the NWA has mandated it. The match is going to happen in Starcade. There's a special stipulation. I already know what it is, but a few details need to be worked out. But I can guarantee everyone out there will be a winner between Ric Flair and myself in Starcade 88 True Grit.
See, I thought Luger was good there. He talks about the stipulation match and that, you know, what's going to happen. I don't know, Doc. I thought that was fine.
What's the special stip? Are they going to do a Diana Ball dash?
Jesus Christ. Come on, man. Grow up.
I mean, I'm starting to get loosened up. I'm on day something with this quarantine, and the beer's kicking in. It's time to start rolling, dog. I don't.
Jones.
You're cutting out. I can't understand for the life of me, after a year of this crap, how Sting ever got over with anyone with half a brain, ever.
Because he's good.
He looks good.
Yeah. He's for
But
the
he's
kids.
standing next.
Bruh, he's for the kids. I've said that to you 600 times.
And I feel like I need to reiterate this because we have a lot of people that have migrated over from new listenership that's soaring in these times. Steve Borden seems like a hell of a good guy. Sting, I don't want to watch it. And that means from 1988 to 2018. Not ever.
Wow. He said that years ago, though, Hopper. He said that to us years ago. He wasn't a Sting fan. I mean, he actually.
And again, as a human being, I think that dude, like, I'd rather him look after my children than my favorite wrestler, Ric Flair. But in terms of entertainment value, I just have never seen it. And I don't even hate the guy. It's just, I'm not interested. I have to come on here and act like I hate him so that, like, all the people out there who like him would be like, oh, well, shit, fuck that. But I don't even care. I hated Hogan, though. Hogan's worthless.
That's nice.
Hopper, any thoughts on Sting and Luger right there?
I mean, this nothing.
All right, you broke up again.
Look at these two fucking shit. It's...
All right, we're all.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we
so,
can't,
no, you're cutting out. So let me help out here. What he said was these two fucking shitheads, and he's not wrong. As we have a big bump to the outside there, you know, this is I guess the Commandos are here, and I guess they're going to be the upper mid card tag team heel replacements for the Sheep Herders. Ray Candy and some other dude.
Grizzly Boone is his name, Doc.
Okay, well.
The Commandos, Ray Candy and Grizzly Boone, defeat Randy Mulkey and Eddie Sweat. Ray Candy worked a ton of different places. Florida, Memphis, New Japan, Puerto Rico. Maybe under different names. He is also, I remember him as Kareem Muhammad. If you look at Wikipedia, they've got info on him on there, too, if you want to see it. But anyway, he passed away in 1994. Grizzly Boone, I don't know a lot about him at all. I know he worked in the NWA, I think, many years before this, but I don't really know if I just don't know a ton about him. So anyway, they win. At one point during the match, the Mulkey guy takes one of his famous Mulkey splats. And other than that, I don't have anything from this match, Doc. Did you?
Not the best debut. Not the worst. I'm still more interested in them than the Russian Assassins. So they need a manager badly. Ray Candy retired. Ray Candy retires the next year.
Yeah, he's not around much longer.
I don't remember these guys at all.
That's because they weren't exactly.
Go ahead, Doc. They weren't around for long. That's why.
No. That's what I'm saying. Is it's like, ins and outs.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go to something better on this episode. How does that sound, fellas?
God, this episode sucks so far. Why are we doing? Oh wait, there's Rick.
Let's go to Ric Flair. He's gonna brighten up the mood. Here it is.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard the news. Starrcade, Ric Flair, Lex Luger, but understand there's some special stipulations, Rick. Isn't that correct?
Well, I've sat here on this television program in front of millions of fans going on 10 years now. That's how long Ric Flair has been associated with Turner Broadcasting. And right now, the National Wrestling Alliance, as it does every year, is going to put together the greatest spectacular in sports. Not just wrestling, but in my estimation, the greatest spectacular in sports. Because as the wrestling world knows, and as the real smart sports fans know, the wrestlers, the big name wrestlers today, make more money than any other athletes
in any other sport. And right now, Jim Crockett Promotions, Turner Broadcasting, one more time. They've had James Dillon right there in the lawyer's office. They said, JJ, Flair's got to do this or the pressure's going to be on. And Jim Dillon, representing me, representing the Four Horsemen, the bottom line representing the World Heavyweight Championship, signed the contract. Then we hear, by the way, Mr. Dillon, there's going to be a special stipulation. We'll tell you and Flair about it next week. Well, let me explain something to you. You see, the bottom line is, and I'm going to do this for all the sports fans out there that don't really have a grasp of what's going on. You talk about two great athletes, and as I've said before, Luger, God bless you, you got more athletic ability and more athletic skills than any man I've ever competed against. But once again, I'm going to give you your due by telling you that to be the man, regardless of all of those God-given gifts, you've got to beat the man. And the World Heavyweight Championship is the trophy. I don't care what you read about, what you hear about, what someone tries to tell you is taking place on a make-believe basis. That championship belt costs $40,000. It's the real McCoy. And I don't care if it's Mike Tyson or Sugar Ray Leonard. They both ask me for my autograph, and they both go, "Hey, champ, how are you?" You know, and that's a feeling that very few men in the world of professional sports know anything about. To be the world champion, number one. Whether you like them or you don't like them, the bottom line is, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't get any better than this.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Ric Flair, Lex Luger, Starrcade rematch. Watch for it.
Well, Flair always brightens up the mood. Doc, you first.
Man, he does. He's always great. It's just the levels are great. And what I really like there is, man, he's like, he does what he always does, which is getting Luger over. But but I'm still the man. I'm still the measuring stick. So all the attributes in the world ain't gonna cut it. Then where he starts to style and profile is when he says other world champions from other sports want his autograph or want him to come up and shake his hand. So he went from getting Luger over to saying other sports champions seek him out in about 40 seconds. That's a big move.
That was pretty ballsy. Harper, what'd you think?
Sugar Ray was nice. Yeah, Sugar Ray Leonard, fucking Mike Tyson, they want his autograph.
Right, and it's hard. It is hard to quantify. Most of our listeners know because they're around our age. It is hard to quantify in 1988, 1989 how ridiculously ferocious Mike Tyson was.
Yeah, Mike Tyson was fucking everything.
He was deadly. And he cut the best promo in the history of wrestling promos ever. We might need to dig that out for the wrestling promo of the week and dust that off for the first time in 2.5 years.
What's that?
When he said he wanted Lennox Lewis's heart and he wanted to eat his children, and that's ferocious. The greatest.
I'm ferocious like a lion. I want to take his heart and eat his children.
My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable.
I was impetuous. My defense is impregnable.
He was rolling. I remember.
But man, when you talk about like phenomenon, like the Von Erichs being over in Dallas, the rock and roll pop, the Mike Tyson legacy. Man, it's easy to slip into hyperbole there and exaggerate a lot. But sometimes it's not exaggeration. And Mike Tyson was there, man. He he destroyed people.
I mean, did y'all ever beat him on Mike Tyson's Punch Out?
Oh hell yeah, dude! Little Matt got out there. Little Matt got up there and did his work.
What about you, Mike?
Yeah, it took me a while.
Oh, iron ass!
I guarantee you that game and that console is somewhere on my property.
I mean, all you had to do was duck him for the first minute and a half or something like that.
You had to get your rhythm down. The bigger problem I had than Mike Tyson was Super Macho Man. If he did that disc
motherfucker,
if you missed that discus punch, you were in trouble.
Yeah.
But man, Tyson's pants would light up right before he threw that punch. I'd be like, "Holy shit! Oh my god! Oh my god!"
Here comes.
Yeah, I'd use Mike Tyson's Punch Out as like a palate cleanser from like an all-night session of Legend of Zelda.
I was playing that last Friday night. Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. In a Tecmo Bowl.
That's a good one. Bo Jackson, dog.
Yeah. At a bar, they had it set up on one of the TVs. And it's like, you can play fucking Nintendo right now. I was like, well, fucking turn it on, bro.
Let's do it.
Let's play Tecmo Bowl.
Doesn't that seem like months ago now?
What?
Where you just go to a bar?
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, no, huh?
Now I'm like, is it safe to go out and look for shit paper? Let me give everybody a little public service announcement.
Oh shit!
Here's your coronavirus survival tip of the mid-show portion. Dude, just take a shit and get in the shower and spread your butt cheeks out and let the water. There's no reason to run around from store to store exposing yourself to God knows what, looking for shit paper. I mean, do I have some in the house? Yeah, we have about a month's supply. I got a lot of people living here, and we stock up on dry goods.
You might want to clarify when you say stock up. You didn't buy like fucking 40 fucking big packs of it. You bought enough because you've got 3 adults and 2 kids.
Right, we have 2 packages of jumbo rolls.
That ain't enough.
It's probably not, but I was told by the missus that it would last us at least a month.
Dude, I saw it at fucking Walmart. The dudes bringing out. Well, they don't even like stock it. They just pull the pallet out, and these motherfuckers. It looked like I was watching Wild Kingdom, like a pack of coyotes tearing into a fucking deer carcass.
So here's
toilet paper.
Let him go. Let him go, Doc. Do not interrupt him. Keep going, Harper.
I couldn't believe these. It was like, is there something special about this toilet paper, bro? They were just tearing into this shit like it was like a pack of fucking wolves tearing into a fucking elk carcass in fucking Yellowstone. I was like, it's fucking toilet paper, bruh.
It's special triple ply. Protects your most vulnerable areas against the coronavirus.
I'm Charmin clean. My booty's clean. What the fuck, bruh? Jeez, I was just
right. Here's the thing.
Asshole,
here's the thing. When we went out to the store last week and bought toilet paper, it was the beginning of the hoarding, but they had some, so we bought some. And my kids know that Charmin Booty Clean commercial.
Yeah.
And they started cutting a promo on me in the store about why we weren't buying Charmin because their booties wouldn't be clean. And everybody else was tense about the coronavirus, and my kids were cutting promos because we weren't being brand loyal.
Yeah.
Anyway,
the angel soft, you mother, you cheap fuck.
Right. Let me just say this: for the time being, in the foreseeable future, the supply chain on toilet paper is fine. Let's calm down.
Yeah.
Now,
let me give y'all another helpful hint when you're talking about cleaning your booty. If you got one of those removable shower heads. That's basically a bidet.
It's a mobile bidet. Here's another tip. Eat some more fiber. I mean, how much wiping do you need to do?
I don't know, bro. I poop like a dog, bro. Ain't much dingleberries. I mean, I wipe and stuff.
Well, this is what I've been doing, bro. I've been shitting out work more. That's why I've been saving toilet paper, because I figured if I shit there, I don't got crap at the house, right? Except maybe once.
Way to pass on the savings to the man.
Yeah.
The cost, I mean.
Shit somewhere else.
Yeah, like, there you go.
Yeah,
in the yard.
Yeah. Go to your friend's house.
Yeah, go to the compost heap and grab you a pile of leaves in springtime and just run that up in there. All right.
Like
well,
Harper was a hunter. He didn't dug a hole before and took a dump in it. I'm telling you.
I guarantee you, man. So here's the thing: we're never gonna get through this. We were supposed to be done in 9 minutes. We're not. We're not even halfway through the show. Here's Barry and JJ out. Let's hear what they have to say.
There you go, Doc.
With us now, the United States Heavyweight Champion, Barry Windham, and J.J. Dillon. J.J. handling the negotiations for the World Heavyweight Champion, Ric Flair. But there's a man, Bam Bam Bigelow, that would like to get hold of Barry Windham.
Well, I've had a real problem, as Mr. Flair has already indicated. Negotiations have been hot and heavy in the office of the NWA. I'm in there. I've got lawyers on all sides jumping in my ear, trying to get all this fine print worked out and really trying to nail the World Heavyweight Champion to the wall. And every time I go out to use a phone to confer with my lawyers, that sleazy Sir Oliver Humperdinck is in there trying to pull some shenanigans of his own. And as we already saw this morning, Humperdinck has now got Bam Bam Bigelow all revved up, and he's waiting till Barry Windham has matches on TV, main event matches, where he has to put out 100% effort, and then the minute that he sees one little open, we get typical Humperdinck activity, which is backstabbing, back jumping.
Let me tell you what, Bam Bam Bigelow will not face me face to face. He always has to come in, like James said, when I'm in a main event match, when I am at my utmost, and when I am working hard. Let me tell you what, Bam Bam Bigelow, the championship is right here. All you have to do is sign for the match, and if you have the guts, face me face to face, and we'll go to it the way men should.
Now, I'm gonna admit that he did catch Barry Windham with that splash, and if he comes off with 396 pounds, there is that possibility that he could secure a 3 count. But, Mr. Humperdinck, you better tell Mr. Bigelow that the next time he gets in the air and comes down on Barry Windham, it's going to be a different story, because they're going to start one-on-one, starting fresh across the ring, and you got to get this great athlete down before you can jump on him, and I'm not so sure you can do that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about the Beast from the East, Bam Bam Bigelow. Let's go to the ring and see him in action.
All right, Doc. I thought it was funny, JJ calling Humperdinck sleazy. That kind of popped me. Because, of course, JJ is the model citizen in this promotion. Your thoughts?
I thought they were both really good. I thought Barry was short and sweet, but I also thought that JJ did something really nice. He said, hey, I don't think it's going to happen, but you could beat Barry. But then he came back. But then well, shit, they're scared. But then he came back and said, but if we're all face up here, I don't think that's going to happen. I thought it was very subtle psychology there. By the way, Mike, I just want to let you know, on top of coronavirus, we do have the threat of some tornadoes tonight. So
that's great.
I just went in the old Mother Nature spiking the football on us here. Just keep one eye open tonight for the tornado sirens.
Great. I couldn't wait for that. All right,
okay,
Harper.
so I do have a timestamp as you're.
Wait, hold on. We didn't even hear Harper's side. What he had from JJ and Barry.
Dude, why is he 396? Just round that shit off.
Well, they're trying to make him seem lighter than he really is.
I would say he's fucking 402.
Maybe he's got a. Stop fat shaming Bigelow, okay?
Oh, I can't body shame him?
No.
Has he ever wrestled without with that big bodysuit on?
I've never seen it.
Yeah.
I'm sure he has.
I'm sure he has, and somebody be like, Mike, tell Doc that in 1987 in Japan in the Super J Cup for the IWGP title, Grand Prix title, he wore a singlet.
Wow, that's nice.
Harper, well, hey, Harper, Mike told me the other day how many tell Doc to fuck off emails he get. I'm like,
really?
I'm like, man, I wish people would save their time, because I can't believe that y'all are that worked up about any. Look, back when I was pushing y'all's buttons, but man, we're all in the same army here. Anyway, can you go to 37 minutes?
37 minutes. Well, we're at 36:42, so we're getting right to 37 as Bam Bam Bigelow.
Steinborn gets up here in a second and punches Bigelow in the head.
Okay.
I think. Oh, yeah, he gets up here. Okay, he hit him in the eye, which is fine. But right here, he punched him. He should have sold that. Like, it hurt his hand to hit that head. That head has got tattoos on it.
You should have been like, my hand's on fire.
Right.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Harper, any thoughts on this match between Bigelow and Steinborn?
Nah.
All right, so let's keep going. 38:41. We're going to get a promo from the sleazy man himself.
Does he have more than one shirt?
No.
I don't know.
This was when they were wanted doing multiple tapings.
No, not yet.
No.
No. And he keeps wearing that same shirt every time.
What do you think that shirt fucking smells like?
You tell us.
Jesus Christ. It probably smells like Brute and some fucking liquor.
That's it?
I thought it would smell like Canoe.
What's that?
Canoe. That was a cologne back then.
Oh.
And sandalwood incense.
Oh, God. Probably smells like fucking English leather.
English leather and sandalwood incense.
God.
I'm surprised you don't have like a pack of Pall Malls like in the shirt pocket.
Viceroys.
Oh, God.
Viceroy.
I even think those companies are still around.
Well,
what if it's Vantage?
Oh. All those bargain cigarettes are even worse than the good ones.
The basics.
So, yeah, he's a mess, but again, I want to see this pay off in a meaningful fashion, so let's hear what he has to say.
Here we go.
Jay Dillon said that the only way Bam Bam is going to win is to attack Barry Windham from behind.
The only way Bam Bam Bigelow is going to force Barry Windham into a match with him is if he humiliates him. You know, I had an opportunity to hear Dillon out here flipping off again. Boy, this guy, he thinks he's got me pegged, right? He knows me for a long time, and he knows that I'll do anything it takes to get what I want. I've never said I was a choir boy. I know every dirty trick there is to know. In fact, I wrote the book. And Barry Windham, I know how to force people like you into wrestling matches, and that's get right into your face and embarrass you at every turn possible. Now, there's something that we desire. We desire that U.S. title and Barry Windham sooner or later. Through hook or through crook, you're going to have to put your name on that dotted line, and James J. Dillon, the administrator, he's used to dealing with contracts. Well, the contract is in your court. We have signed it, we have sealed it, and we've delivered it to his office. And if he's half a man, if he's even half a man, you're going to put your name on the line, Barry Windham, because this man right here, the man of flame and fire, is coming after that U.S. title, and I want to get it so bad I can taste it. Bam Bam. What do you think? U.S. title?
U.S. title. Everybody knows that the NWA has the most prestigious wrestling titles in the professional wrestling today. And the U.S. Heavyweight Championship is going to be mine. Windham, your history.
And if it takes me finagling outside that ring, J.J. Dillon, you think you're dangerous? Well, you ain't seen nothing yet, because I'm the baddest of them all.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, coming up next, you're going to see the original Midnight Express.
I thought they were good, Doc. What did you have?
Pretty basic, but decent.
Yep. I agree. Harper, you?
I like that term, the man of flame and fire. That's cool.
I didn't think about it, but that is true. That's pretty damn cool. All right, so we go. Anything else, Harper, before we go to the next match?
Nah.
All right, we go to the next match. We get Paulie Dangerously. He introduces his original Midnight Express, who defeat Brett and Brad Holiday. Doc, you got anything from this before we go to the promo?
No, and it's kind of interesting there. Oh, well, I did. Did you see Paulie with that ponytail?
It looks like a legit horse's ass. Like it's not like a ponytail, like what Barry Windham when he puts his hair back in a ponytail, like he looks badass looking. He kind of almost like a rock star-ish. The back of his head legit looks like the back of a horse's ass. It's the perfect definition of a ponytail.
Oh no! There's your first sign of the coronavirus. Oh, wow, that's awesome. I hadn't thought about that, but now that you say it, I can't unsee it.
Yeah, the back of his head looks like a horse's ass. I wait to see a fucking cop sitting on his fucking head for fucking Mardi Gras.
Oh shit.
Well.
Oh, I can't. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Therefore, anything else from Paulie introducing the original Midnight Express?
No, and I didn't have anything from the match, really.
Yeah.
I didn't either. So
this episode was struggling along until,
it really was struggling until we get to literally the very end of it, which we're getting there. Well, Steiner's coming up in a minute, but let's go now to the promo. We got Paulie and his original Midnight Express. Here it is.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's signed, sealed, and we're going to deliver it to you the day after Christmas at Starrcade. The Midnight Express against the original Midnight Express.
It's finally going to happen, huh? You guys are coming out here and you're screaming, we're a bunch of back jumpers, huh? So now you want to meet us face to face in front of the whole world on Starrcade, huh? Jim Cornette, I've told you to your face before that when you were a kid, every day after school, you went around the state of Kentucky and you went up to every single truck driver saying, are you my father? Huh? That's not the kind of guy that I think can lead a tag team to defeat the real Midnight Express. You see, Bobby Eaton, you're coming out here and you're sitting here and you're letting all that anger just bottle up. And you want it to come out at Starrcade, huh? Jim Cornette doesn't like you, Bobby. If he did, he wouldn't be telling you to go against Dennis and Randy. He'd invest in money for a speech therapist for you. As for you, Stan Lane, you better go and get a job at Chippendales because you got a lot better future doing that than you do trying to prove yourself to the real Midnight Express. No, we're not going to be the gangsters of love. And no, we're not going to be the Sultan of Swing. This man is now called the Lethal Weapon, and this is the Messenger of Mayhem. And at the end of Starrcade, after they beat up Bobby, after they humiliate Stan and show that they are the real Midnight Express, not just the original, then, Mr. Cornette, Dennis is going to take you by one arm, and Randy's going to take you by the other. And Dennis is going to take that lethal weapon and knock your teeth down your throat. And then Randy's going to take that size 12 boot of his and knock him right back out through your mouth. And then I, my friend, am going to hold you up to the camera. And I'm going to make you with no teeth, looking like Leon Spinks, talking like this. Look in that camera and say, yes, Paulie Dangerously. Dennis and Randy are not only the original, but they are the only Midnight Express. You can bank on it at Starrcade.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's got a...
So the video is all messed up on this version of it, but I thought Paulie cut a really good promo. Harper, what'd you have from it?
I just remember seeing him with that phone, being a kid, thinking, that's not even a cell phone. That's a cordless phone. That's like my mom's phone.
I thought the same thing back then.
I got a question. What year did you get your first cell phone?
Me? Oh, fuck. Late. 2000. Maybe 3, 2.
Were you one of those people that are like, man, fuck this shit, bro? Why would I want a fucking phone where people could get a hold of me?
I don't know. I thought it was cool.
Okay.
I could play the little snake game.
Okay, yeah, that was fun, yeah.
Yeah, remember that, Mike? On those fucking Nokias that you could
Yeah.
throw them at somebody and fucking kill them with them. Those
Dude, you could.
big plastic fucking phones.
Yes.
Fucking know what I used to love doing?
Uh-oh.
Everybody had those fucking phones back then. Those fucking Nokia phones. Everybody had them. And a friend of mine, Billy, and a friend of mine, John Joey, that they had the same phones, except it was just like one was red and one was blue, and they had them sitting on a bar, and they got up to do something. And the thing is, you could take the front of them off for the battery, and so I just changed the front of them, and so they didn't realize that it was their phone.
So you
see what I'm saying?
phones. You switched them.
Right.
So they would leave.
They didn't fucking know.
So they would leave with the other's phone.
Yeah, because only the front was the same, but the back of it was the phone.
If you were a real wrestler, Harper, you would have roofied both of them and then had them fuck each other in a hotel room somewhere.
That's nice.
And you would have shit in their bag.
Come on. Mike, get control over this.
No, I ain't got nothing to do with it. He's an idiot, not me. That's messed up, though, because I could see these two dudes leaving the bar, and one's got the other's phone, and the phone rings, and it's somebody looking for this one. He's like, who? You got the wrong number, bro. No, I don't.
Yeah. That was...
Oh.
I remember my dad had a Primeco phone. Remember Primeco with the little fucking alien?
Yes.
God.
Good promo there.
Yeah.
All right. We can keep going. We got the Varsity Club, Mike Rotunda and Dr. Death. They are with Sullivan. They defeat Mike Jackson and Rick Anderson. From there, we go to a Varsity Club promo. It's actually pretty short, but I don't know, Doc. Did you have anything from it? I thought it was great when Kevin Sullivan said, Kevin Sullivan said, I traded a moron for a Rolls Royce.
This guy is so fucking horrible.
Oh, you're talking about the match. I was like, what do you mean the promo was
Watch how many bumps.
Okay, let's watch him. Here he goes. Rick Anderson is this guy's name. God, he doesn't know what he's doing. Look how he's circling.
That's what I'm saying. He has to be the other guy's tag team partner because he got the same fucking clothes on.
How dangerous. Brian Adams, you mean?
Right.
Hold on. We got to watch this again. Look at this asshole come in the ring. Watch him.
What time is it?
Holy shit. We're at 49:47. Just watch how when they start circling. He has no clue.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my, he just.
You don't have his hands up.
He don't even know what he's doing. Watch him fall right here. What the?
How dangerous is that to send a guy like that in with Rotunda and Dr. Death?
Dr. Death could murder this guy.
Right.
He put his arms down.
Yeah, he did. He was afraid to take the bump, Hopper.
No. Oh, God, you fucking asshole.
He's a sack of potatoes, Hopper. Oh, my God. Dr. Death's about to kill him. Look at it. He has no clue what he's doing.
He did it again. It was...
Yeah, this one might be worth going back to watch if you're into people not knowing how to do their jobs.
He doesn't have a clue. Oh. All right, Hopper. Anything else from this?
Then the guy trips later on. I think it's here when he throws him into the ropes and the guy just falls.
Oh, yeah. Watch this.
That was a hard suplex.
Yeah, what a fucking asshole. You know,
This is terrible. Look at this.
Fuck out of here.
You don't even know how to fall out the ring.
All right.
Okay. Keeping it moving.
Kevin.
In the next promo after the match, Sullivan cuts a promo and he says, "We traded a moron for a Rolls Royce."
That's a great line.
Oh, that's what he said.
Thought that was phenomenal when he said that. Did you have anything else from it, though, Doc?
Not really, because there's a bunch of other cool stuff that we need to talk about that's more worthy of this thing.
Yes.
Damn.
And then that's followed by... Oh, go ahead, Harper.
You saw Dr. Death put his finger up his ass when he threw him in the ring? Watch.
Yeah, he did.
Come on.
This guy is the shits. But I'm with you, Hopper. He's dressed like that guy from earlier, so it's like they were a tag team.
And he's wearing a belt, like the belt my dad would wear.
Right.
Jesus God.
He needs that belt later when he puts on his rustler jeans to make sure that they stay up.
He bumps and falls straight to his ass. It's great. Oh my God. All right.
Let's see. What do you throw into the ropes?
Dr. Death got mad at him too. Look,
he's like, the fuck over here, bro.
Watch him throw. He shoots him off into the ropes and he just falls flat on his face.
And then Paul, what do you think Mike Jackson is fucking thinking?
I can't save this, and I hope they don't take it out on me.
Yeah, he's like, do not tag me in.
They go to tag him in, and it's the first time in history the enhancement talent just drops to the floor. It's like, nah, bruh, and leaves.
That guy was truly clueless. Truly clueless. All right. Road Warriors promo, Doc. What you got?
Let's hit it.
Okay, I didn't know if you wanted to say something first, but hold on, let me get to it.
I'm just going to tell you that I am a huge fan of the Road Warriors as heels because it fits their persona so much better than being baby faces that I'm all in on this thing.
Listen to the crowd, though. That's all my only comment.
The crowd's not ready. I am.
Listen, here it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, here they are, the World Tag Team Champions, the Mighty Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal.
David Crockett, I'd like to just say one thing. We'd like to say to everybody out there, thanks for all the hate mail you've been sending us. It's quite an inspiration to us. Matter of fact, it inspires us to hurt, maim, and disrupt lives more than we already have. Now let's give some credit due where credit's due. Lex Luger and Sting, we never underestimated you as physical specimens. We just underestimated what you had between your ears to back it up. So we found out that you're not any stronger or bigger than we thought. You're just a little bit smarter than we thought. Our mistake. But when we make mistakes, we always compromise by doing something about it. And what we're gonna do about it is in Greensboro tonight, we're gonna rip some stinking face. And it ain't gonna be ours, it's gonna be yours. And there's one thing that will always remain different between the two of you and the two of us. We simply don't care. You know, the other night in the ring, I heard Animal hit Sting, and he made a sound like it hurts. Well, you ain't heard any sounds come out of us like that. Because if it did hurt, and sometimes it does, we ain't gonna let you know about it.
The other thing different between you and us is we got these and you don't. Tell him, Animal.
Yo, Dave Crockett, I heard I got a match December 7th against Dusty Rhodes, right?
That's correct.
Dusty Rhodes, you seem to forget. We ain't doing this sport just like you had. Your credentials speak for themselves. You got a long history of wins against great opponents. But we made a name for ourselves by beating legends just like you. So you're going to find out what I'm all made of December 7th, and you ain't going to like it one bit.
All right, Paul. He's just walking away without saying a word. Paul Ellering, the World Tag Team Champions. They leave us. We don't know what, you heard Animal talk about the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. That match is going to take place December 7th. Talk about the American Dream. Here he comes. Hey, Dusty, he was out here just talking about it.
All right, I'm going to stop it there. Because we got to talk about the Road Warriors first, and then we're going to get to this big moment in a second. Harper, what did you have from the Road Warriors?
The fans don't hate them.
That's what yep.
They have not gotten the memo.
No.
They're hard to hate.
And the thing is that the promos haven't really changed.
Not at all. I mean, I'm with you.
Bro, when he said, when we hit you and we can tell by your sound that it hurts, but we ain't ever going to show you that. That's one difference. And then the second difference is, and he holds up the straps, that was top shelf.
It was gold, but like Doc said, look at those spikes. Oh my God. Like Harper said, the fans just don't want to hate him.
Yeah.
Who cares? The fans don't know what they want.
Okay, Vince.
We'll
all right.
Tell them.
So any other thoughts before we go to the next moment?
Can you imagine how much shit Vince threw in the 5 minutes after he realized that WrestleMania is going to be in an empty stadium?
Oh, he lost his shit.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what, though? There's always good moments in wrestling to make you smile. Last night, I showed my 7-year-old son Stone Cold hitting Vince in the hospital room with the bedpan for the first time. And he watched it like 15 times in a row for real. And my daughter comes through and she's 4. She hates wrestling. She's like, I don't like wrestling. And she popped like she's never popped. And she sat there and watched 13 of the 15.
That's because it translates into more than wrestling when you see that.
Absolutely.
Pops him with a bedpan. Jesus Lord.
Boing.
Right. Boing.
Speaking of iconic moments with metal hitting heads, maybe we should continue on.
Yes, let's go to Dusty Rhodes, who comes out right after the Road Warriors, and then he calls out the Road Warriors, and we will see how this goes down. Here it is.
Rhodes, that match is going to take place December 7th. Talk about the American Dream. Here he comes. Hey, Dusty, he was out here just talking about
something about this old Texas boy right here. You've been coming out here week in and week out talking trash. Let's don't wait till Chattanooga, Tennessee, Daddy. Let's don't wait till December the 7th. If you want some of the dream, the legend, if you will, in public, come on out and get it right now.
All right, Dusty wants him. Dusty said, Animal, if you want him, get in the ring. Here comes Animal. All right, you want him so bad? You want him, go get him. All right, it's going to break down right here. They're not going to wait till December the 7th in Chattanooga. Big Road Warrior Animal, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. This is like a street fight here. He misses with a clothesline. Rhodes to the far side, catches Animal with a clothesline, and he's trying to choke. Well, that's 2-on-1, Tony.
Well, you knew it would happen, Jim Ross. You knew good and well with all the Road Warriors here that it would be more. And all of a sudden we see Animal. He is taking off one of the spikes. He is taking off a spike. And he has hit Dusty in the head with it.
He just hit Rhodes right in the face.
Oh, my goodness.
God, he's put it in his eye. He's put the spike in his eye.
He is jabbing him in the eye, or has, with the spike. He unhooked it from his shoulder pads or whatever it was, and he's jabbed into Dusty's eye. He's opened Dusty up.
Oh, my God. They're trying to put his eye out.
This is
They're
horrible.
sticking that spike right in his eye. The Road Warriors, they are trying to blind him. They stuck that spike right in his eye. Rhodes is bleeding. But you can hear him screaming, Tony.
He is in a tremendous amount of pain. And, you know, Jim Ross, the first thing I thought of when I saw this was that maybe this great career has come to an end. We got to get out of this. We'll be right back.
Well, the iconic moment where Dusty gets the spike stuck in his eye, putting his eye out. Hopper, this is memorable. What do you think?
The one thing I love is in the very beginning when the Road Warriors walk away and then Dusty comes out 20 seconds later, you think...
Right by them.
Right. You think, why didn't they have a confrontation? You're like, okay, they are going to have one. That's good. Right here. And when he first stabs him, I'm like, man, I remember this being more fucking dramatic. Then when they get him down and they're stabbing the fuck out of him, like, holy fuck, look at this shit. Because I was like taking, because as a kid, I just pictured them as they're taking that spike almost like it's a knife and just stabbing them in the fucking eye with it.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Keep going.
Where like they should be in fucking jail for this shit.
Oh, this is criminal.
Yeah.
This is criminal. It's criminal. So
it was shocking.
It was shot. Oh, okay. It was ridiculous. So I want to pause for a second. If you're a Patreon member, tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT on the video version. So watch right now, Hopper. Animal's unscrewing a spike. You see him down on the pads, and before he even actually they're digging it into his eye. Watch him swing his fist with that spike in his hand when he hits Dusty in the face or head. It's pretty vicious. Here it comes. Watch. Dusty turns around, and here it comes.
Bitch.
He swung that shit at his face, and I was like, oh. And you're right. I thought, I remember watching this, and I was like, bro, it was like watching somebody stab somebody. You were like, damn, this is almost too real. Why are y'all talking about it like it's real?
Look at that visual.
Oh, yeah. He's stabbing the hell out of him.
He probably wore the white shirt to try to get blood on it, like a Cornette had the white suit.
That's exactly why he did, and that's exactly why you wear the white, because you could see the blood. But when he comes up, so watch when he comes up, and you see his eye right here. Look at that.
Look at that shit.
It really looks like his eye is out. Oh, graphic. Oh. All right, Hopper, what else? Anything else from it?
I just remember seeing this for the first time, like, what the fuck am I watching? Because this went from 0 to 1,000 quick.
Oh,
like, this isn't just, this isn't just a fucking chair shot to the fucking head. This is a whole nother fucking animal.
This is next level.
No pun intended. Yeah.
This is next level. Doc, you haven't said anything. You go ahead. What you got?
This is just amazing, and I like where Dusty gets the upper hand at first, but then in comes Hawk throwing bombs and turns the tide right there that we're watching. And man, he unscrews that spike, and dramatic, not dramatic. What you remember, what you don't remember, that's business, man. And I watch this. Usually, I watch these things on my phone. I watched this one on my TV, and the kid was watching it with me. And, he's a fan of today's product, so he's used to seeing, pancakes get thrown and a bunch of he looked at me, and he's like, they're poking his eye out. And I was like, yep. And he had, genuine concern for some big, fat, old guy that he don't even know,
Dude, this is a crime.
It's a crime. He's in pain. I don't know that the fans necessarily see it the way that the Fed wants us to see it, but I bet you a lot of people on TV do, because we know in mid-'88, Dusty was still popular in the arenas.
Look at that.
look at his eye right there on that video where we paused it. Oh boy. It almost looks like they took a meat grinder to his eye. It's all right. This is something else, man. This is what'd you call it, Doc, earlier? An iconic moment?
Absolutely. Seminal, iconic, memorable, just phenomenal stuff. And here's the thing. You don't see Dusty in the ring doing stuff but about once a year, if that. So, I mean, this is also, I mean, it's there for a reason.
So we're gonna revisit this actually in a little bit. So let's just put this on ice. The babyface come out and save Dusty. Let's put this on ice for a second. We're gonna come back because the Road Warriors are gonna cut a vicious promo towards the end of this episode that we do need to revisit. And Animal does something with the spike that's incredible. More to come on that. For now, we do go to a match. It's Rick Steiner. He defeats Joe Cruz. Doc, what do you have from this, if anything?
The match?
Yeah. I suspect nothing. I want to go to this promo, though, if you and Harper are fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we might want to. And,
so
I mean, here's the
Go
thing.
ahead.
We bill ourselves as the unprofessional podcast, but, I mean, can we do this? Can you play this? Is that going to be okay?
Let me remind you, this aired on TBS.
But that was 32 years ago, pal.
32 years ago. And I'm not saying BTT stands by the language used in this, but there would be a lot of people canceled, including the fans, in 2020 if this were to happen. So let's go to it and you'll see exactly what I'm saying. Here it is.
What we all expected has occurred, Rick Steiner, and now the issue is World Television Championship. The contract is on the table. Kevin Sullivan said it's yours if you want it, and you can go after that World Television title held by a man that you've said on many times that you can beat.
Mike Retardo couldn't find his way out of a paper bag if there was a hole in it.
Wow.
A big hole.
Well, he's a fine champion, though.
Fine who?
Mike Rotunda.
Mr. Retardo.
He's held the title since January, and I think there's no doubt that you pose the greatest.
Yeah, look who he had to wrestle, Dr. Death, and now they're buddies. Like, you know.
Never had to wrestle you, and in all your, let's talk about it.
I beat him before anyway. I beat Dr. Death, and I can beat Mr. Retardo, too.
Well, I think all the fans out there, and next week we're going to find out if that match comes to light. But you also have to realize there's Kevin Sullivan, there's Dr. Death on the outside, so if you go up against Mike Rotunda, it's going to be more than a one-on-one fight.
Alex is going to watch out for me.
This is Alex, right?
This is Alex. This is my new partner. See, I let Spike home today. Spike's in the bag. I brought Alex with me. Alex will keep an eye on things.
Okay, well, good for Alex. What exactly does Alex tell you?
He only talks to me, and I just listen to him.
So I can't hear Alex at all.
You can't hear Alex at all.
Well,
want a kiss?
No. Okay, fans. Rick Steiner in the big match is on its way into Starrcade.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I'll beat him.
And you can't beat Mike Rotundo, right?
Retardo.
Rotundo.
Retardo.
Whatever you say.
Retardo. Retardo. Retardo.
Whatever you say.
Thank you, Tony.
Okay, there it is from Rick Steiner. Certainly on his quest for the World Television Championship. More right after this timeout.
Harper, please save me.
Isn't that so great? I mean, all of this is so because he's like, yeah, they were wrestling against each other. Now they're friends now. That's something a kid watching this would say.
It's true. Did you get the crowd at the special house to chant that when that special fella started choking you?
That's nice. Mike Retardo. That was the guy's name from The Sopranos, remember?
Doc?
Mikey?
No, oh God, the guy that, he said he fucking looked like the Sultan of Iran or something. You know who I'm talking about.
Jeez, man, it's been a long day. If you hadn't hit me with that, I could have got that. Keep going and I'll come back with that.
All right.
That was hurtful. And as somebody who is a champion of those with special needs, I don't appreciate that whatsoever.
I don't like this at all. I mean, I think he should get kicked off the air.
Dude, so let me. Okay, I don't like that word, for the record.
Retardo.
That's terrible. But so hold on. He didn't say it once.
Are you talking about Phil Leotardo?
Right. That was his name.
Now he goes back to Sopranos.
I just found it. I don't have time to wait. I gotta jump in when the mood hits me.
So Steiner says the R word. Not once, not twice, not 3, 4, 5 times. And then he gets the damn crowd to start chanting it.
That was interesting, and also you could tell even 32 years ago that made Shivani kind of uncomfortable.
He refused to say it.
Right.
Because he kept saying rotunda, he said rotunda. And then Steiner keeps going, no, no, no. He's like, rotunda.
Retardo.
No. You're like, dude. The fans chanting it. Can you imagine if the NWA Power crowd started chanting that today? They would identify every member in that audience and
they would
screenshot
it, zoom in,
yes,
DNA test on them, and ruin their lives.
Their lives would be ruined.
Boss. Yeah.
But he got a whole audience, studio audience to God darn.
Did they start calling him that?
But here's the thing, man. We were like 11 to 14 in 1988, and we were using that word.
Yeah, we used that word a lot. And the
F word.
That don't make it right.
It doesn't make it right, but you also, here's the thing, it doesn't make it right. But you can't judge past behavior against the social mores and norms and standards of today.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think it was wrong. I think it was wrong back then to use it. Like no, hold on. Hear me out. As a kid, if you literally called a kid with special needs that, you knew that was wrong. You were just a kid.
You were a fucking asshole.
Right. No, Harper's making my point.
Yeah, but it didn't stop any of the three of us from doing it, and that's what makes us dirty.
I mean, we used to say, like,
it's dirty.
Who do you think's who do you think's better, Joe Montana or fucking whoever? Like, so you're like, no, but you fucking retarded, bro. Joe Montana's a better quarterback.
Okay.
We used to say that shit all the time.
That's different. I'm not talking about that, Harper. I'm talking about if you were a kid who made fun of a kid with special needs when you were a kid, you knew you were wrong, but you did it because you were just a little jackass.
If you do that, period, you're an asshole.
Right, that's my point. Like, I'm saying, you heard kids back then do that, and they were wrong. Like, literally making fun of special need kids. That was, I mean, you knew it was wrong back then, but that didn't stop them from doing it.
Yeah, because they're fucking assholes.
Right.
That's my point. That's my point. Now, this is different. Rick Steiner's a grown man getting a freaking studio audience to chant it. It's terrible. Like, you look back. So, like, we've seen some crazy stuff, Doc, but you look back at this, you're like, come on.
Man, somebody just got spiked in the eye, and then we just went to that. You think the executives at Turner are like,
what the fudge?
We need to get standards and practices over to them so that we can get a hold on this.
I wouldn't be surprised if, like, the crowd was calling him Mike Retardo, and that's where he got that from.
Could have been
at house shows or something like that.
They picked up on it.
Yeah.
Could have been. Okay. Let's move forward past Rick Steiner's segment right here, because we got a little bit more to go here, and then we're going to get out of here. Jim Cornette does introduce the Midnight Express. It's very short. I'm going to play the 30 seconds of it because Corny's going to throw a haymaker at Paul Lee here as he introduces his Midnight. Here it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, David Crockett has gone to the hospital to check on the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and David will not be with us the balance of the program. Here's Jim Cornette.
I heard what Paulie dangerously said. Let me tell you something, Paulie. You don't never in your life have to worry about a kid running up to you saying, "Are you my daddy?" Because even if a woman would, you can't, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Accept No Substitutes, not the original, not the extra crispy, but the real beautiful Bobby and Sweet Stan.
Well, he just said Paulie couldn't get it up. Doc, your thoughts?
I'm blown away by Stan's look as he gets in the ring. That red and baby blue and stripe. He's just that's an amazing concept that they've come together with here. And then in the middle of the match, Eaton's going to bring him over like he used to do when they were heels and pop the guy in the face in front of the podium. How's that a babyface move?
Hey, kayfabe.
No, airtight.
Hopper, he's airtight, brother. Hopper, your thoughts?
That fucking jacket Stan wears, he looks like he's in a fucking Mardi Gras crew.
I was gonna say American Gladiator.
Or he's an extra in that fucking Flash Gordon movie from a million years ago.
Hopper, you nailed
that's
it.
a
He
good
looks
one.
like he's in a Mardi Gras crew. Oh, man. That is a good one, the Flash Gordon one, too. God, that thing's terrible, isn't it, Hopper?
It's so bad. I mean, what is it? It's not a shirt. It's not a robe. And it's not a vest.
Do you see how it snaps on the bottom? You see when he takes it off?
It's like a poncho.
Yeah, like watch. It's attached on the sides. Watch him unsnap it right here. See how he unsnaps? He's unsnapping it?
Yeah.
And he lifts it up over his head. It's like a poncho, yes. I don't get it, but hey, he's Stan Lane, and he's the lovable douche that we all love. So great, good God, we love it. So they are in there. They're wrestling Rip Morgan and Max Miles. Cornette's on commentary. He's fired up. He's yapping as usual. Cornette shoves his bloody jacket into this poor sap's mouth. Midnight do win easily. Doc, any thoughts from the match?
Not really.
Hopper, any thoughts from you?
No.
All right, so let's go to the end of this, or I don't say the end of it, but we're going to hear from the Road Warriors here again after they've assaulted Dusty. Listen to Hawk tell JR to shut up. Here it is.
They've come back out. Jim, you brought up a good point about these two men just a minute ago. I followed their career since they got in the wrestling profession. They put a lot of guys in the hospital, but never with a foreign object, gentlemen. I think we're a little
Jim Ross,
one step beyond.
What you want to do right now is hand that mic in our face and shut your stinking mouth before I put your eye out with my stinking fingers. Hey, animal, what you got all over your hands? I got the dream's blood. Ain't that the American dream come true? We didn't even feel like wiping it out for cleanup. We just want to live in the gloriousness of it. You know, some people call their dog Spike. Football players spike the football. And people spike drinks. But some people, namely us, spike dreams. And that's what we're all about.
Well, I think we need to take a look at the situation one more time. It's a horrible situation, but let's take a look. It happened earlier on this program.
All right, so they go to a replay of Dusty getting his eye poked out. Hopper, any thoughts on the scene that they show right there with Hawk telling JR to shut up and Hawk and Animal with the blood on their hands?
Not in sound, and they look like heels.
Oh, boy. They 100% sound and look like heels.
The blood is on their hands, literally.
Yeah.
We can't get within 6 feet of each other, but these assholes were bathing in their opponent's blood 32 years ago.
Hey, bro, that's wrestling back then.
We ain't gonna wash this off. He came out, was like, hold that microphone high. Hawk's gonna tell you. That was real raw.
The blood on the hands is a good visual. Hawk telling JR to shut up is a good visual. Them pointing out that they didn't wash the blood off is a great visual. It's all good stuff all the way around as we watch.
Because they've always said we're out in the streets, but now it's like, dude, they weren't lying about that shit.
Right. This is a prime example of the stuff they got away with in the streets. So they show Dusty right here getting the eye poked out again. And I can't remember because I watched this last week. Don't they blur it? No, they're not blurring it. I thought they did. Anyway, he really looks like he's digging in there. So, all right, Doc, any other thoughts before we go to like Animal's portion of the promo coming up?
No, let's hear that.
All right, so let's get to it. Here we go.
That maybe this great career has come to an end.
You know, Jim Ross, if anybody's got any doubt if this is real or it's not, take a look. That ain't plastic. Dusty Rhodes, your first mistake was even making a challenge to me. Now maybe you had a chance with both your eyes, but you don't stand no chance at all with one eye. Don't you ever call yourself a legend, come out here and take advantage of that, because I ain't gonna back down from no man. December 7th, I am gonna finish the job. You may have no eyes at all. Dusty Rhodes, I think it's time for you, like you said before, lay this body down, and maybe your time. We're gonna find out December 7th.
You know, we come from the streets, and on the streets, you do anything to win. Dusty Rhodes, I got a new name for you, Popeye. Popeye Rhodes.
Well, I'm sure you have something to add to this.
I don't know if we need to hear from Ellering. I think we just saw and heard it all right there. Doc, your thoughts?
Well, sticking a spike in the podium is a lot better than what would happen if you took that sledgehammer and... Never mind. I don't want to get you worked up.
No, you make a good point. I mean, the visual of the spike going on the podium is real. If you hit somebody with a sledgehammer, you can actually kill them and not just put their eye out, but that's neither here nor there. By the way, Chris Sapita, that was the Steven Jaworski crank-off moment of the week when Dusty got his eye put out. I wanted to mention that. There we go. All right, Doc, keep going.
The Road Warrior. First of all, that should have ended the episode.
Oh yeah.
And second of all, they have dialed it up past 11. And if you play this promo, I'm done for the night.
No, I'm not playing this. I'm not playing it. Keep going.
I'm done. I don't have any more notes.
I don't even. Harper, you got any other thoughts about the Road Warriors right there, and then we'll wrap up.
I mean, it's the perfect visual is that spike.
The
Because
blood on the hands and the spike together tell the whole story.
Because you know how you say, like, your dad was like, oh, well, the punches are fake. Well, what's fake about that? And your dad would say, oh, that's not a real spike. That's a piece of plastic. You just saw him stick it into the podium.
The same podium you watched Abdullah chew up.
Right.
No lies
so
detected.
Explain
man.
that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was a real spike, and he really stuck it into the podium, a wooden podium, and they really had blood on their hands, and they are vicious people. They are criminals, literally. Dusty is in the hospital, and we'll have to wait for an update on Dusty. So send the thoughts and prayers to Dusty.
Well, this is when they can him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, they don't can him as a wrestler, but he's not going to be booking.
Oh, so he's still wrestling. He just can't book anymore?
That was always my understanding, right, Doc?
I don't know.
Oh,
I think he just got canned, right?
No, he doesn't get canned because he's going to be in the he doesn't get canned. No, he doesn't get canned right away. That's not true. All right. We'll talk more about that in future episodes. Send all your inquiries to at CJH on Twitter. And Hopper will never respond because he never gets on Twitter. Anyway. All right. So let's close out the episode. Couple quick things. Paul Jones and Russian Assassins, they cut a promo. Paul Jones talks about the stipulation where he's been told if his team loses, he has to retire. And if Russian Assassins lose, they'll be en masse. Jones says it's not happening. So he's got something.
I hope it does happen.
Well, no, it's the feud of the century of the year. Anyway, the Fantastics defeat the Cruel Connection 1 and 2. Fantastics cut a quick promo at the end. Nothing really to discuss. They just ate up like the last minute or so as Bobby Fulton right there shakes his ass in camera. All right. So they go off air. We do need to rate this episode and give out Rolexes. So before we do it, I want to remind you, if you're not using our Amazon referral link, go to tinyurl.com/BTTAmazon. As of us recording this, I know Amazon is only shipping like essential things or what they deem as essential supplies. So I'll just say, if you are shopping on Amazon during what's going on right now, please use the link. If not, hey, look, I completely understand. There are people losing their jobs. There's a lot going on. So use it if you're on Amazon. If not, don't worry about it.
And here's the other thing, man. I'm gonna piggyback off of what you just said. Look, there's a lot going on right now, and everybody's nerves are a little high. So don't go grab your side piece. But you probably can't go to your side piece's house. So let's your bottom bitch, your main girl.
Wow. Come on,
bottom bitch.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Nice.
Grow up, man. What the hell is wrong with you?
Don't go.
I mean, come on, Doc.
Before
We're trying to run a professional outfit here, and that's the type of stuff you say.
Hush.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Come
on, bro. What the hell, man? Hope I'm trying to listen to the show, and you get the guys and boys jerking each other off and talking about side pieces and side hoes. What the hell's going on, Harper? What the hell, man?
Nice.
I mean, what do you know, Harper?
What the fuck?
I mean, come on, Harper. Damn. Okay, Doc.
So, before Christmas, we said, you got to go grab your girl by the hair or like a bowling ball, whatever you got to do to get them in front of that computer. But everybody's on edge right now. We're all trying to pitch in. We're all trying to do our best. So don't go grab anybody. Just, like Mike said, if you can remember to use the link when you buy that pallet of toilet paper and 7,000 bottles of hand sanitizer that you plan to resell on eBay. If you could put us down, that's great. If not, we'll catch you again later.
Hey, and I know it's a tough time right now for everyone. I implore you all, do not do this.
I ain't going to do the binary thing.
Please don't. We are here for you, and we're going to keep doing this show as long as we can during this difficult time in this world.
We're trying to get the shoot jobs out. We got kids at home during the day now. But Mike and I have been talking about some ways that we can hopefully release some more content. No promises, but we're trying. All I'm saying is, as much as this crisis is at our doorstep, I'll tell you, Mike and I had several conversations today about what we can do for the Army, and no promises, but you guys are part of the family too. Like I said earlier, y'all need to be taking care of each other. Wash your hands, lots of soap, sing the whole happy birthday song, get you some, make sure you're not picking your nose and eating it. And we're gonna take care of one another.
Absolutely. All right. So with that said, I'm gonna rate this episode. I'll go first.
Okay, this is a hard one.
It's hard because it's not really a great episode, but there's the memorable moment elevates it. So I'm going A- because of the memorable moment. Doc, you.
Doc, I was scratching my ears, so my headphone was off. I don't see any reason to deviate from that. I'm going to say A- as well. And I've thought about an A, but I'm going to stay with A-.
Yeah.
All right.
I give it
Hopper?
an A-, because you forget you got Rick.
Yeah.
You got a Ric Flair promo. Then you have Rick Steiner being fucking awesome, being fucking hilarious. I mean, but you can't give it an A+ because you had the fucking Commandos on there.
Right. That's a good point.
Right. So look at that. Look at that shit.
Blood-soaked spike in his hands.
Got blood.
You think this is plastic?
Hey, something we didn't say. So as they're talking right there, look at Shivani's face when he's showing the blood. Look at Shivani, how disgusted.
Yeah, this is disgusting.
Look at him.
What are we doing here?
He's like, where Dusty's been?
Conrad, you got me saying these filthy rap lyrics. What are we doing here?
All right, so I'm with you. So we all gave it an A-. Okay, so Rolex, you go first, Doc. What the hell? Did he mute himself?
Hey.
Must have had a run-in. Doc. All right, I'm going to get my Rolex out.
No, I had a quarantine. Somebody got into my bunker here. Okay. Deep inside the bowels of the mansion. This is fairly no-brainer for me. I'm going Road Warrior Hawk.
I'm going Hawk too. Who are you giving it to, Hopper?
Yeah, fuck it. I'm going to both the Road Warriors.
That's not a problem either.
That's not a problem either. I totally agree. All right. So there you go. The Road Warriors. Let's just say the Road Warriors get the Rolex, and then A- all the way around. Good episode. A lot of hell of a memorable moment here in this week's episode. So, all right. So, Doc, you need a drop. Harper and I are gonna wrap things up.
I'm gonna leave with this. For all those people that have hated me over the years, let me just say this: y'all take care of each other the next coming weeks. We're tired, but we're real happy to do this. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy, take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and just be grateful for what we do have. And I guess that's it, man. It's just this was maybe the hardest show we've had to do, because Mike and I were walking this. It's like, man, there's a lot on our minds, and so you know what? Wrestling made me have a good time for a couple hours. I hope it had made you have a good time. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. We'll see you later. That's all I got.
Doc, I'll catch you tomorrow as Hopper and I wrap this up.
Later.
All right, Hopper. Before we get out of here, I have a question for you. So, me and you have gone on rants about washing your hands.
Yeah.
We've done it. You use the bathroom, turn around, wash your hands, right? I got a great question from a listener.
What?
So many of you know our friend Jay-Z Flair out there from Twitter. Very popular. Poses in his Appa suits. He's a big supporter of the show. Longtime supporter. Loves what we do. He loves you, Harper. He thinks you're great. He just loves everything about BTT, the NWA Smoky Mountain shows, etc. Jay-Z Flair wants to know, he says, clearly men need to wash their hands after peeing, but how many chicks actually wash their mouths after performing fellatio?
That's
giving a
nice.
Oral service. So, Harper.
I mean, I look at it like this. You ever fucking wash your mouth out after you do it?
I brush my teeth every night before I go to bed.
Right afterwards.
Come
on, bro.
Yeah, kind of. Not right after.
Yeah,
but
bro. But you go to bed afterwards.
I brush and gargle after, bro, before I lay down, man.
That is true, huh?
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, yeah, I've always gotten up and gone to the bathroom and got the towel and because I got a fucking beard.
That's what I'm talking about. You gotta wash off. You can't just lay down.
Every time I've done it, yeah.
Because if you don't, you're gonna wake up with crusty stuff in your beard.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, yeah, I go in the bathroom and fucking wash my face off.
You'll have some snail trail flakes in your beard if you.
I try to wash off the sin.
That's what I'm saying, man. You were trying to say you didn't, but now you thought about it. You know what? Yeah, I actually do. I do. Yeah, that's true. I do. So yeah, I get a little towel and brush the teeth and wash the face a little bit and a little gargle action going, and yeah. So I guess technically, I don't know how many women do that, but I know I do that, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, good for you. I'm glad you're a clean person.
I'm glad you are too. All right, Harper. We got no Wildcat to plug because of the state of affairs in the United States of America right now. So we can't really mention anything there. Other than that, you got anything you want to mention before we get out of here and hit the go home queue?
No.
Yeah, I don't either. I got to work in the morning.
All Dick's are closing. The Dick's Sporting Goods.
Really?
For 2 weeks. Yeah.
Oh boy. Wow. I guess that means Academy and all them will be right behind them too.
Yep.
All right. Well, look, everybody out there, wash your hands.
Wash your fucking hands. You shouldn't even have to tell them, Mike.
But more importantly, you know, try not to go out in public a lot unless you got to do it for essentials and obviously for work. And if you're one of those folks who have to go to work and be around the public, seriously, thank you. I know it's you're basically taking your life in your own hands at this point. So, you know, thank you.
I wear gloves, like those fucking medical gloves.
I don't blame you, Hopper.
Those fucking latex ones.
Yep, Hopper's out and about every day. So I know. I hope he makes it through this. Is like you said, he's touching things all day long. But on the serious note, the truck drivers out there, let's be nice to them on the road if we are on the road, even though most of us are home. And let's be nice even beyond this. Be nice to the truck drivers, man. Don't cut them off and let them crisscross this nation and deliver all the supplies we need, whether it's beer or groceries or fuel. I mean, anything that's going across country, those truck drivers are doing it. So give them a shout out and treat them well and thank them when you see them and all that good stuff. And just be nice to each other. This is a weird time in America, weird time in the world. Be nice. Don't be mean to people. Be kind. And, you know, when you're in the grocery store picking up a couple things because you have to, because we're all locked down almost, thank the person at the store. Thank the cashier and, you know, tell them thank you and you appreciate everything they're doing. First responders, too. Thank them as well. The cops, the police officers, the paramedics, the medical personnel, anybody you run into, tell them thank you. And that's not really a rant. I just kind of have that on my heart right now. So, Hopper, you got anything you want to add?
No.
All right, man. I got to take a leak so bad right now. I can't get up. So we're going to shut this show down. Thank you, everybody out there, for supporting this show. All the Patreon members, all the listeners out there, even if you're not a Patreon member, thank you very much. We're going to keep the content coming as long as we're healthy and can keep doing it. So we're going to sign off now. Hopper, if you don't have anything else, hit the tagline, get us out of here.
Fucking bitch.